All right, hello there. It is December 2025, and I was at the country club yesterday, which was Wednesday, and we had one kid. So I was bored. So I ended up making a few big things, but then I'm like, I want to get a good, nice Grinch. This was the problem. They no longer make this. I had a really nice Grinch that I used to use the Geos for. They don't make the Geos, so I had to come up with something. Lately, I've been doing this little guy, which I love. I found this on the internet, and just like that little guy, it's two balloons. It's literally a 160 and a 350, and you can get the whole thing with it. And I'm getting better with drawing, so that's working. So I was kind of playing with a smaller one, and then just playing with different head shapes and trying to get that pointy chin and that. And then I kind of came up with that, which I kind of liked. And then they kind of let me go from the country club a little bit early because there was nobody there. So I brought this home with me and the other ones. And then last night we had our Southwest Twist and Chat Zoom show that we do weekly, and while everybody else was working on simple Wicked designs, I was trying to tweak that guy, and I came up with that. So I kind of like that. It's got the round here for the cheeks, because he's got really big cheeks. A 350 across there, a little round, and that. So it's literally 260, a 350 here, which I use part for the neck, and then a 350 here, and then just some uninflated and uninflated there, and then the yellow 260, which I didn't bring down a yellow 260, so I might have to edit this video and add that in. So we're going to go over this. We're just going to do the head, the body. I just threw a simple body on it just because I needed a body. So we're going to play with that. So the way I did it is I took basically you're going to make a 4-petal flower. So you're going to take a round, tie the ends together, twist it in half, and then half again, fold it over, and you basically get a 4-petal flower. So for the cheeks and the face, what we're going to do is we're basically going to do kind of like that caterpillar I picked up in Thailand. We're going to slide that through one of the loops, through another one of the loops, and then come over and do the same with this one. Slide it through a loop, slide it through the other loop. And you'll get that kind of an effect. So if you get that effect, that's kind of his mouth and his cheeks. And then literally you can take that, spin that around. I gave myself a couple pinch twists just to kind of hold everything in together in that spot. Just lost the bubble there. I'm just kind of tightening this out. I mean, there's really nothing spectacular there that you need to do. I had one of my bubbles deflate, so usually I have a little piece that I will use for the neck, but this one I don't seem to have that. So that's kind of what we're doing there. For the head, 350, blow it up probably about 3-4 fingers uninflate it. You're going to want to pull that knot through, wrap it really tight around the bottom there, kind of come up through here the middle. There's really no easy way of getting that in there. You have to kind of go down through and out and back under. And that should lock that right into there. And from there, you're going to make just a bubble. Do a pinch twist for kind of the top of his head. You could do, I have 3 pinch twists on there. You could do 2 depending on how much balloon you have. Bringing that down. Wrapping that around. And bringing that back up. So basically you're getting that. So I got that. So this one you could leave there. This one I might be able to get a small neck out of that. Aha. That should give me a small neck. Okay. So then there's that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little green for the nose and then the eyes. And like I said, then you could just puff and plate these, and then you get those little tassels of hair on top of his head. All right, let me go grab a green round for the nose and then the eyes. And then we'll have a Grinch. Okay, it's recording. All right, so we kind of have our Grinch face. I'm going to add just a little tiny nose. He has a really teeny tiny button nose. And then that goes right there. And then for the yellow, I tend to squeeze that a little bit because you're going to kind of want to have it, you want to measure out your eyes, and then you want to have a little dangly there. So then you wrap that around. You're going to bring that piece up, wrap it into the top there. The other piece, the same thing. You want to squeeze some of that air out, so that way you get kind of a elongated eye. So that way it kind of goes up and then tapers in. And you got your eyes. And then the eyebrows I kind of was like playing around with, and I realized you just puff inflate them, slide them in between, and just let them hang. Because there really isn't a way to kind of get them to stay. But if you just do that, I mean, granted, they're going to wobble a little bit, but that's okay. And then you just draw your face on it like that, and you have a Grinch face. All right, guys, thank you much. Bye.